When someone tells me to jump into a river in the middle of a tropical jungle, my brain doesn't immediately go to refreshing. It goes to no thanks. I'm thinking about murky, waist-deep water where things with too many legs or no legs at all are waiting for a snack. I'm thinking about spiders that somehow learn how to walk on water, like they never got the memo about the surface tension. Usually, when you are deep in the brush in Southeast Asia, you feel like an intruder. Like you are one wrong step away from being the opening scene of a survival horror movie. So I came here expecting wild. I expected grit. What I wasn't expecting was a liquid version of a paradise. Today, I'm canyoneering through Kawasan Falls in Badian, on island of Cebu. This is the Matutinao River System. It's won awards for being the cleanest inland body of water in the Philippines, which sounds like the kind of a thing a tourism board makes up to sell magnets. But then you see it. The water isn't just clear. It's an aggressive, neon turquoise. It looks like someone crashed a truck full of Gatorade upstream and just let it ride. There is a reason for this. And it's not a food coloring. The riverbed is rich in calcium carbonate. As the water flows over the limestone, it picks up these minerals. When the lights hit those suspended particles, it scatters the blue spectrum back at your eyes. But that chemistry also makes the ecosystem fragile. This isn't just a playground, it's a massive, self-filtering limestone machine. And standing here, watching 100 tourists in the bright orange life vests bobbing around like a human fishing lures, you have to wonder, how is this not a disaster?
Follow your tour guide's instructions. And if you have been
Balik dia ako kay Hion.
What do I do? Can I have a motorbike if something happens? Despite the sheer volume of humanity moving through here, the place doesn't feel destroyed. It should. By all laws of social media versus nature, this place should have been a graveyard of plastic bottles and wore-down rocks. If you let people in here for free, with no limits and no guides, this river would have been grey in 6 months. The rocks would be tagged with "Kevin was here 2024" and the moss would be replaced by discarded flip-flops. What you are experiencing is a middle ground. It's the uncanny valley of conservation. It's natural, but it's curated. It is open to public, but it is gated by a system of local guides who act as the river's immune system. Most people don't think about the system, because they are too busy trying to not to die on a 30-foot jump. They are focused on the adrenaline, the Instagram boyfriend duties, and making sure their life jacket doesn't ride up to their ears. There are spots where nobody steps. There's a specific rhythm to how the groups move. A choreographed dance designed to prevent bottlenecks. The guides aren't just there to show you the way. They are there to make sure you don't accidentally lobotomize the landscape. They are also there to make sure you don't get lobotomized. There's a certain dry humor in the way a local guide, who is wearing basically a flip-flops and a smile, watches a tourist in the $200 hiking boots tremble at the edge of the ledge. He's seen this 1,000 times, he knows exactly where the water is deep enough, and he knows exactly how long it takes for your ego to finally give in to the gravity. There was a moment where it clicked for me. I was standing on a ledge, looking down, doing that pathetic internal math we do when we are scared. Like, if I hit at this angle, do I keep my spine? The guide was just leaning against a tree, looking at me with the kind of patience you usually reserve for a toddler trying to tie their shoes. He just said, "Yeah, you'll be fine." It's easy to say when you are not the one about to plummet, but then you jump. You hit that impossibly blue water, you sink into the silence of the bubbles, and you come back up. And the water is still perfect. It hasn't changed, you haven't left a mark. That's when it hits you. This feels easy because the environment is working. You aren't fighting against the river. The river and the people who manage it are carrying you through. It wasn't always this controlled. In late 2021, Super Typhoon Odette ripped through here. It tore down the iconic structures, moved massive boulders, and basically reset the map. For a long time, Kawasan was closed. When it reopened, it came back with more rules, more system. Some people complained that it felt too organized or less wild. But it's the adult reality of popular destinations. You can't have a wild place that 3 people see before it's ruined, or you can have a managed place that 3 million people see over a decade. The ecology of Kawasan today is a success story of human intervention. It's a museum you're allowed to swim in. If you've ever been to a tourist trap, where the water is oily and the trees are carved with initials, you know the feeling of a place that's given up. Kawasan hasn't given up. It sits in the sweet spot. You're in it, you're part of the flow, but you are not overwhelming it. And yeah, it's busy, it's all over TikTok, it's mainstream, but the fact that it can be a mainstream and still be this clean is actually a miracle of local logistics. It is important to remember this, because when something works, you don't question it. You don't think about what you didn't do, you just remember the jumps, the water, the whole experience. But all of that only exists because of those invisible limits. Because most places don't figure this out in time. They either get too popular too fast, or they don't put anything in place to handle it. And once the balance is gone, it is almost impossible to bring it back. Imagine if everyone here just decided to do their own thing for one day. Give it 24 hours of complete freedom. This place would go from the cleanest river in the Philippines to a landfill real fast. We would have GoPros floating past the camera for the dramatic effect, followed by the discarded bag of chips. Protecting a place like this isn't about keeping people out. That's easy. Protecting a place is about finding a way for people to be here without ruining the very reason they showed up. So yeah. Kawasan is beautiful, but it's not beautiful because it was left alone. It is beautiful because someone made sure it stayed that way, even while you were jumping into it. And in a world where we are usually told that humans only destroy what they touch, it's actually kind of nice to see a place where we learn how to touch it without breaking it. Because it shows that it is possible to share places like this without losing them completely.